What's up, everybody? It's Joss with the Sauce here at the First Supper. Today we got VIVONNE, aka the Priestess. So I am excited. I have never done this before.
So I am a tarot reader. I grew up here in Bakersfield. I'm originally born in the Bay, grew up in Bakersfield. Me and my older brothers, a lot of people know us. And then in 2014, I moved to LA. And now I think I started tarot in 2014, 2015.
Okay.
So it's been about 5 or 6 years, and then I started reading professionally, for money around the end of 2018.
Oh.
So now I'm kind of going on, closing in on 2 years.
So you're professional.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a professional in here.
Yeah, so professional. So, and I know a lot of people aren't educated in this whole, because it's very taboo, and there's a lot of
they have their own
which is fine. I mean, I think since it's taboo, people kind of just go with the mainstream version of it. So I like to educate people, and I like to I go on my Instagram live a lot and read people at random and Facebook live, and people are like, oh, this is what it is. Oh, okay, this isn't as bad. Every time I get done with a reading where someone's like, oh my god, I'm just so nervous, they're like, oh, this was good. And I'm like, yeah, it's good. It's not bad.
It's not negative.
No. And the way I read, I mean, not that I can't be negative, but it's just that's just not the type of work that I do personally. It's to benefit your life, and it's
motivate.
Motivate.
Oh, okay.
Let's see what some areas that you should maybe work on so you can get where you want to go. Yeah. So that's what I like to do. If I could just do that forever to help people kind of realize their full potential and some of the things that are blocking them from getting there, I would do that. Yeah. I think what it took for me is leaving the comfort of my hometown and going to LA where I didn't know anybody, where I had to kind of question, okay, why do I believe in this? Is it because where I grew up, everybody else believed in it? Did I get programmed by my community, by the people around me? How much was I influenced by other people rather than looking from within and seeing what it is actually that I like? But I think that's what kind of taught me to get out of my comfort zone and re-educate myself on a lot of different things, and just made me get to know myself more on a personal level.
Yeah.
The energy of LA is insane.
Yes. There's so many energies out there.
Yeah, every little hub that you go to, any other individual city, there's a lot of different energies. So it's really cool. And in Hollywood, I just kind of found out who I was, my work ethic, and, having to pay the rent makes you, has to make you move differently. So I definitely found out what I was made of when I got there, because there was no way I could, and I think, I think a lot of people, it's not that I don't have a family, just if I don't feed myself, no one else is going to feed me. Some people have their parents that they can go home to, and I think that's been one of my biggest motivators. I can only rely on myself.
Yeah.
If I don't get it, I don't have the option to go home. There's no home for me. So if I don't make it, then I'm out on the street. So there's no failure. There's no option for failure. So that's really helped me navigate. That mindset makes me just that much more hungry. Yeah, because I have to.
So you think you made the right decision by moving to LA?
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely not going to talk bad about Bakersfield, but Bakersfield just wasn't for me. The type of person that I am. In LA, it's a little bit more supported. Here, when you tell people, oh, I'm an artist, or oh, I do this, anything other than a normal 9 to 5, a lot of people judge you. Yeah. And it really gets people down, and it makes them question if what they're doing is right for them, because people make them feel weird for not having a normal job. And when people are like, oh, what do you do? They don't make you automatically feel bad for having a passion for something.
Yeah, they listen instead of just judging off the bat.
Oh, that's cool. Instead of, so I noticed that, because a lot of people, then there's, what you're doing. I think that this is great, because it's you're supporting people, and people need that here.
Yes, there's a lot in Bakersfield that a lot of people have a negative vibe just towards anything if they feel like it's a competition.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, bro, like the world's big enough for everybody. Yeah. So why bring each other down?
Yeah. And that's kind of the main, I'm glad you brought that up too, because, you know, we could definitely do better as a community of building each other up rather than being like, oh, well, why am I going to support them? Because like they're, you know, someone's just doing something that's good for them. But I'm definitely kind of planning out what my next 5 to 7 years looks like.
What does it look like?
You know, yeah, I think I want to start transitioning into, you know, I have a few ideas. I'm definitely a free spirit, so I definitely see myself like traveling a lot because I love different countries. I love experiencing different cultures.
Me too.
Yeah,
I love trying new things. Like if there's like a new restaurant, I have to try it.
Yeah.
Like, and then I would ask them, what do you recommend and why do you recommend it, you know?
And then they just educate you on like their
I love learning new things.
Yeah, so you know, I see myself like, you know, hiding out in Amsterdam for a month or going to Africa for 2 weeks or you know, being able to like heal people because I'm definitely a healer. Yeah. It took me a while to come to that realization, but I think just because of everything that I've went through, like even tarot, there's so many, mainly women, that I just help heal, you know, from childhood things to relationship things to just overall, like life is hard.
It's a struggle.
Oh my God. Like life is, it's not easy. It is not easy.
But it makes you who you are.
Yeah, and that's exactly, I just try to show people for who they are because, and the main thing that I want people to accomplish is accepting themselves, their dark and their light. Because the things that you don't want to accept about yourself, like those are still things that you should love about yourself. And the more you love it, the more you're able to kind of like make it work for you instead of work against you.
Yes.
Because if you keep denying it about yourself, it's like you're projecting it all the time. But the moment you're like, this is why I'm unique, this makes me quirky, or
this makes me me.
Yeah, and like a lot of people associate tarot with like devil's work and this or that, and that couldn't be farther from the truth because, you know, I believe in God and I believe in a higher power. For me and my life experience, like there's certain things about religion and the church that I just have bad experiences with, and it just kind of prevents me from, and they're personal, they're very, very personal. So instead of like, you know, forcing it, I decide to go a different route to get to where I need to be.
And for you to understand it.
Yeah. So, you know, and that's just because I honor my experiences. I honor what I've been through, and I honor, that's a good one. You know, like I just honor what I've been through, and I maneuver around it to get where I need to be. Yeah. And it's not wrong or right, it just is. Yeah. You know, some people have a lot to say, but I can't hear them.
Walking up there, dude.
Yeah, I'm like, I did a talk the other day. I was a guest speaker on one of my friends. She has a band in LA, and I was a guest speaker for tarot. And you know, we're all talking about the Black Lives Matter movement and spirituality and healing through it. And you know, a lot of non-Black people were tuned in, so I take that opportunity to educate because I know the extent of African history, and I educate myself thoroughly on a bunch of different subjects. And you know, a lot of people don't know what to do. They're very like, you know, oh, I feel helpless or this or that. And really, if anybody wants to see lasting change in the world, it all starts with you. Yeah. If you don't give yourself compassion, if you don't give yourself understanding, grace, forgiveness, there's no way you can give it to anybody else.
That's very true.
You can't, like, a lot of people want to be right down there at the finish line, but they haven't even started with themselves. I'm like, you're trying to skip so many steps before you get there, you know? Like, you have to start with you, and it's very uncomfortable, you know? And that's okay, because growth is uncomfortable, and it's supposed to be, because that's the only way that you really grow.
And challenge yourself.
Yourself, you know, and that's what LA did to me. You know, it just challenged me and challenged me and challenged me, and the more I'm going through these things, I determine what my life is, and what I was taught by my mother and my parents and my culture and my friends, and then you just get down to, okay, silence all that. Who am I?
Yeah.
Like, what do I want?
Yeah.
So, you know, we really have to re-educate ourselves as a society and be a little bit more socially aware so it can be, you know, better. And it starts small and it, you know, it works its way up. I always advocate therapy. I always advocate talking to professionals and other people and, you know, getting the resources online because there's so many to help you through different things that you've been through if you haven't been able to get over them. You know, because I'm still very human. I have my own, you know, biases and limitations, and I'm very honest about them, but I do know how to get through darkness, and I do know how to make it work for me.
Yeah.
So when people come to me, you know, with some of the most uncomfortable things that they're going through, you know, I provide them like a safe space. Like, it's okay. Like, I see you for who you are, and that's why, like, my business, it's very, like, I can't go out and promote it. I can't go up to you and be like, oh, you should get a tarot reading from me. No, like, people have to seek me. I can put my information out there, but ultimately, you have to choose me. It's not the other way around. But I think in this age of social media, you know, we get really, really sidetracked on what's important, and we want more like recognition and popularity, and that's very natural. It's a very natural human function. There's nothing wrong with that. But the reality is, you know, that doesn't come just right off the bat. You have to put in the work, and you have to put in the consistency, and, you know, not, you know, sometimes what you do is not for everybody. Everything is energy. Yeah. And what you put your energy towards. So if you're bored and you put your energy towards boredom, that's just going to brew. You could redirect that and do something that's beneficial for your life.
Yeah.
I always tell my clients, spirit tells you what you need to hear and not what you want to hear.
Yeah.
So, you know, well, I'll navigate through it, but
I'm scared.
I get that a lot too. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. So do you have something specific or?
No, just throw it at me.
All right. I usually do 15 cards first, and then I'll pull oracle cards. Those are my oracle cards, and those are to the point. So, okay, so I'm going to pull 15 cards out. That's my normal spread. Okay. So, just give me a few seconds with this. Lots of really good energy. Good. You do have decisions coming up though. This is kind of like the home life. You show up as the Queen of Cups, wanting to make sure that, like, you know, your home life and your son is taken care of. Yeah, that's like the main priority. So, and you just have a lot of thoughts going on in your head.
My mind is
your mind is
constantly
always
everywhere.
But, you know, I see we have the luck card, the oracle card, opportunity, breakthrough, recognition, making a decision, and then treat. Oh, you have a lot of luck and opportunity, and when luck meets opportunity, you really want to be ready for it. You know, because there is going to be a breakthrough in your life where you are going to get a lot of recognition, and you're going to have to make a decision. And the treat part is like, okay, am I going to do what's best for me? You know, because you hiding yourself away from people or not really showing up in your full authenticity, that's not a full, like, life to live, you know. And you do it online, and you do it through your social media, and once you start to embody that, not that you don't embody it in your everyday life, but, you know, the people that are important to you, you know, because not everybody out here on social media is important, you know. But, you know, family's important, and people who love you are important, and, you know, so I see a lot of really, really good things happening for you.
I was a little nervous.
No, don't be nervous. You have really good energy. There's a lot of, you know, everyday little nuances that we can't get away from.
Alright, that's it, everybody. I got my reading. She tried my sauce. We just vibed. I love it. You need to hit her up on Instagram. What is it again?
My Instagram is VIVONNE.AKA.THATPRIESTESS. That's my personal account, and then my tarot reading account is That Priestess. So
I'll put everything on. I'll put everything on the link below.
You can check it out.
Yes, so please tune in with her. It's not, don't just give it on your judgment of what you see on social media or what you see on TV, what people say negative about it. Give your own personal feedback and just tune in on it, because I loved it. My personal, like, I loved it. It was great. I could do it again. But yes, stay tuned.